Start it up.
It's Monday. We're back at it. Cheap Not Broke fam. Thank you all for tuning back into the channel. We are talking a little bit about taxes tonight. Favorite taxes. Well, not my favorite taxes, but you know. Taxes. Nobody likes them. Now I'm talking about my favorite thing. Nobody likes them. Because you don't know where the money is going. You never know where the money's going. But we're going to talk about them tonight. Talk about specifically the state of California. Want to add a mileage tax. Mileage tax. Why is this important to you, me, and everybody else? Because it can happen to you, me. Well, this happened in California. It can happen in your state too. This hasn't happened yet. But we want to put it on the radar. We want to be aware of it. We want to know what the hell is going on. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So, tonight's show is driving tax in California. What? Are they trying to tax you? Yes, the hell they are. They're trying to tax us, and I want to go ahead and jump on this because now it's not something that's going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen immediately. It's not going to happen immediately, but it's going to happen. Oh man, what my damn? Hey, straight. My damn camera is not straight. Cameras. Anyway, so what this is a they're trying to pass. It's an assembly bill. Basically, it's not a law yet. It's a bill. They want to pass a law. Excuse me. Currently doing some research to find out how to replace the gas tax in California. California is trying to make have an all electric state at some point. I don't know when that's going to happen. If it's going to happen, but they're trying to do it. They're trying to make an all-electric state, no gas-powered cars. That's not going to happen anytime soon. I think they were saying like by 2035. I don't know. I don't see it happening because the cars aren't good enough yet. But they're trying to do that. And in the midst of that, if gas goes away, California pays the highest gas tax in the United States. Pays the highest gas tax in the United States. Gas tax breakdown. Let me get this breakdown for you. Yeah, we pay the highest gas tax of everybody. So let me see. How's it go? Every gallon in the United States includes a federal excise tax of 18.4 cents per gallon. This tax goes to the Federal Highway Trust Fund to pay interstate highways, bridges, transit, project-wide mailing. California has its own gas tax, one of the highest in the country, as of July 2025. The gas excise tax is 61.2 cents per gallon of gas, up from previous years, thanks to automatic annual inflation adjustments tied to California Consumer Price Index. So, that's why our gas is always higher. 61.2 plus 18.4 is 79.6. We pay an extra 79.6 cents in gas tax in California. That's how much extra we pay. So that's why our gas is always like $1 extra, because every gas, and that's per gallon. So that's 79 cents. Let's say you want to get 5 gallons. 5 gallons, that's an extra $3.98 per gallon. This is state excise tax per gallon. 18% per gallon. So we pay an extra 79.6 cents per gallon. So that adds up pretty quick. This excise tax is collected from fuel consumption distributions and included in the price at the pump. California's gas tax is often cited as the highest state fuel tax in the U.S. when combined with federal taxes and other fees. They're raking us over coal out here, and they're trying to do it again with a tax that's going to tax zero mileage. So, yes. But first things first, just know we're paying the highest gas tax out here in the state, everywhere, and they want more money. So I'm sure the gas tax is not going to go anywhere. The gas tax is going to stay around. So that being said, if the gas tax is still around, and then you're paying a mileage tax, that's like double taxation. Call it what you want. That's double taxation. They're taxing me double, and I don't appreciate it. Dang, where the hell is my stuff? Where are my notes? There we go. There we go. So they're like taxing double. So I can imagine now the mileage tax, if I'm mistaken, is supposed to be 2 cents per mile. 2 cents per mile, which is a problem because currently you're driving for free. Why would you want to have to pay this extra money to drive? You don't get any. There's no benefit. And where's the money gonna go? Like currently, where's the money going now? Some of these roads have potholes. We got a lot of issues with the roads. Bridges are failing. Well, not failing, but the bridges need updating. None of this stuff is happening. Where's the tax money really going? It's not like you always see the roads being repaired and updated. You don't see none of these things. None of them. So they're trying to add extra money on top of that. All right, let's go. Where my damn notes at? Oh man, where'd they go? Here we go. So yes, the bill's called AB 1421, and what is it going to try to do? They're trying to conduct a study to see what it would look like to add a mileage tax in California to every driver, and like I said, we'll be charging like 2 cents a mile. This extends through January 1, 2035, giving the state more time to study and evaluate potentially is this going to work or not. Is this going to work or not? Where is it at? 2 cents a mile? Yeah, like I said, they're going to charge 2 cents a mile. And shit, it's going to make billions of dollars for these folks. Billions of dollars to these folks. Right. So they're talking about it now. Like I said, I don't like it. It's not going to happen anytime soon. But if it does, this is going to be bad. Because as you see, they're talking about doing this January 1, 2035. That's set to when they're trying to go fully electric. Now, I don't believe that's going to happen because the electric cars aren't good enough. Look, you can't even drive from San Francisco to San Diego on an electric car. It's not enough. The juice ain't enough. It doesn't work good enough. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Under the existing law, California Transportation Caltrans must run a road usage charge (RUC) pilot program to explore charging drivers based on miles driven as fuel tax revenues decline, especially as more electric vehicles are used. This bullshit. People are not using that many electric vehicles to afford to be declining. A lot of people are not using them cars because who has time to sit and wait for them things to charge? It takes a long time. Let's see. The extension goes through 2025, so it goes from 2027 to 2035, like at the time they're going to do research. Let's see. The legislature included findings recognizing challenges to California's transportation funding model. California currently funds roads transit primarily through fuel taxes and vehicle fees. Registration fee, generating billions, 14 billion total, 7.8 billion from gas taxes. People make $7.8 billion from gas taxes, and they need more than that. That's too much money. And like I said, 14 billion. We can't even get the train done. I don't be seeing road repairs like that. Now I would say the highways are pretty well maintained. I don't really feel like there's any issues. Now local city streets, that's a whole nother situation. But I'm assuming this is highways, the interstate, all that stuff. That's what they're talking about. Now, why would this be a problem? Because the tracking. How are they going to know? How are they going to know who's driving where? They got to figure that out somehow. Now, this is not to be confused with California's Senate Bill 1421. There's a similar bill from 2018. And this bill is a police transparency law opening use of force and misconduct records to public disclosure under the Public Records Act. So basically that law says if you know the police have misconduct, you can look it up and figure it out on your own. Yes. Yeah. So one of the proposed ways they would do this, they would take your odometer and you have to send in like your mileage, and they can do this during the smog check, registration renewals, or upload a photo. They're not going to allow you to do that. No, people are going to cheat the system. They're not going to let you do that. And then they would do the math, take the odometer, figure out, you started out 14,000 miles. Now you're at, 17,000. They do this 3,000 miles. They charge you based off of that. And, but I don't see them doing that. I mean, but that's the highest level of privacy. Because, like I said, nobody wants to do this and be tracked. Because otherwise, they would have to track you to know exactly how many miles you're doing. And I just don't think anybody wants to do that. I don't do that. Also, they have GPS-enabled devices or apps, a plug-in device or smartphone that would track your mileage automatically. Data is processed, calculated charges. Mileage driven. Only thing is, they won't be able to tell me you're going interstate, out of state, and yeah. But see, the thing is, they're going to store this data and sell it to somebody. Everybody's going to resell. Look, if you knew you can make anything off of the data, if you can make a substantial amount off the data and do something with it, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. People are going to sell you data. If you had 10,000 emails and somebody's going to pay you $10,000 for them, you're probably going to come off of them emails and sell them. Why wouldn't you? So these people are making big money off our data. I know we're not selling data, so we don't know. But data's being sold, and we should have some say-so in where your data's being sold and how much they're getting. This is my stuff, my information. You're taking my information for free and selling my shit and making money. And then all these people are calling you, emailing you, because somebody sold it. That's here nor there. So the second option would be a GPS app or something like that on your phone. They track you, but that's going to be a privacy problem because nobody wants to know where you're going, especially at the state or anybody like that. You don't want them to know what the hell you're doing. No. They have a mileage reporting system. The service providers would be third party, like data collection, billing, privacy notices. So the states would I guess this third party will record it and send it to the state, and then you wouldn't know anything. Like, oh no, y'all know that already recorded me, and I don't get a copy of access to where the hell this data is coming from. Absolutely not. That would be a terrible idea. Nobody should do that. They're not gonna do that. That would be bad. That'd just be bad for business, for you, me, and everybody else. That'd be terrible, 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 terrible. We don't need that. So those are my biggest concerns about it. Like, well, damn, they do that, they're gonna track everybody. Because right now, I've been hearing a lot about these flock cameras where they're tracking you anyway. They know when you're coming in and out, reading your tag number. So they already know what this is. They already know about this. Problem with this mileage tax is, this is going to be a tax on the working class people. You're going to have to now pay a tax on driving to work. And you're going to have to be a tax on all these other people. Like, nah, man. It's already expensive enough getting gas. And people already have a tough time making ends meet now. Now you're gonna make them cough up like $3,000 or $4,000 for a mileage bill. No, now get it. Yes, you're paying the taxes on the gas, but it's included. You don't really feel it. You're paying that $20-$30 at a time. Whenever you get a tank of gas, you're paying that. That's absolutely fine. To get a bill for thousands of dollars from the state saying you've driven this many miles, you need to pay it. Nah, man, that's gonna be a problem. People gonna have a problem with that. People not gonna be able to pay it. People not going to be able to pay that. I'm trying to tell you now. Now, where does this money actually go? This money goes to highway maintenance and repair, which you never see. Yeah, when the last time you see somebody doing some highway maintenance and repair? They don't. I don't see it. Local streets and roads. The local streets and roads, they really need some work, but they only do that every now and then. Some of these roads are really messed up, but they don't do nothing about it. Bridge projects and transit systems. Well, clearly, we don't have a high-speed train in California. Brightline's coming in to do it, which is a private company. I don't even think they're using public dollars to get this done. I don't even think so. I don't think so. No. They're not. Why is California's gas tax so expensive? It does cost a lot of money. 79 cents per mile. That's quite a bit. Let's see. It includes, what does the tax include actually? It includes federal tax, state tax, and both state and local levels. Cost of environmental regulations and compliance. Cost of distribution and refining unique to California. So we're just paying a lot of extra shit for no reason. All these combined to make California's gas prices consistently rank at or near the top nationwide. Yeah, nothing we can really do about that. We gotta pay it. You need the gas, you gotta pay it. Nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that. But if people are having to pay thousands of dollars to drive, it's gonna deter people from wanting to go places. Then it's gonna start feeling like a prison, a jail, if you're having to pay every mile you drive. It's gonna feel like a jail. And like I said earlier, it's 61 cent for state and local tax, federal tax 18.4%, and then we pay about 2.25 local state taxes. Yeah, so taxes and fees make up often 90 cents to $1.15, or what do you pay per gallon? 90 cents. Now my math said 76, but they had a couple extra taxes added in here. So 90 cents to $1.15. That's how much extra money we pay at the pump in California. There's a gas station by where I live. That shit is $7. You're a damn fool. You're a damn fool to be getting gas there. Your car got to be run out of gas. Got to be run out of gas to get that. See, my real problem with these gas taxes and stuff, we don't get no statement or nothing to know where the money's going. They take the money from you forcibly, and we have no say so. The American people, the American public has no say so on taxes. None. Tax dollars are going to go wherever you want them to go. If they want them to go, and do what they want them to do. We have no say so in that. None. Let's see. Does this currently? Does this tax exist anywhere currently? Let's see if there's anybody already doing this. Ooh, yes, mileage and road usage charges do exist in a few places today, but not yet universal tax on all drivers everywhere. Where mileage basically is in Hawaii, mandatory for EV soon. Hawaii has enacted a road usage charge program that started in 2025 that gives drivers of electric vehicles a choice. Pay $8 per $1,000 miles driven, capped off at 50 annually, or pay a fat fee of 50 when new registration. Starting in 2028, the per mile charge will become mandatory for all electric vehicles, meaning EV owners will be taxed based on the miles driven instead of just a flat fee. Oh, so they're trying to hit the EV people overhead. Oh, wow. You would think they would let the EV people slide, but I guess not. Not letting the EV people slide. Hell, not letting nobody slide. Nobody slide. You got to pay this tax. You got to pay this money. I get it. I understand, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree. I think this is going to really hurt working class families. This is going to hurt a lot of working class people. You can't be sending people who are barely making it now an extra $1,000 bill. They're not going to be able to pay that. That's going to set some people back. People got to go pick up their kids. People got to go to work. All kind of stuff. And you got to pay all this extra money just to drive. It's going to make people want to stay home. And I guess that's ultimately the goal. For people to stay home, right? That's what it seems like. Oregon voluntary program. Oregon operates a voluntary road usage charge program called the ORGO that allows eligible drivers, often fuel-efficient drivers or EVs, to pay based on miles driven. For a fuel tax, participants can enroll in the report mileage to receive a credit against state fuel taxes. The program has been operational since 2015, but remains voluntary. Drivers choose when they. Okay, Virginia, Utah. Utah has a voluntary mileage program for EV and fuel-efficient vehicles where drivers can opt in and pay a fee instead of an EV registration charge. Virginia has another option that lets drivers elect to pay per mile instead of regular highway use fee. So yeah, a couple states got it, but nothing mandatory, nothing hitting you upside the head for every mile you drive. Nobody's doing that. That'll be a first. We'll be the first state to do that bullshit. So I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't pass. I don't think it'll be passed because the people in office then now will be long gone. They'll be long out of office by that time. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Very much appreciated. We're going to go to break real quick. We'll be right back. Back like I left some. Go check out some comedy. Got to post some clips tonight. If you are following my comedy page, post some clips tonight, so go check that out. We're talking EVs, we're talking taxes. Before we move on to interesting news, here's why it's concerning for me. A lot of people drive. Gas is not going anywhere anytime soon. Now listen, when an EV can make it across the United States on one charge, come get me. But until then, I don't give a shit about no EVs. I told you guys before, I rented an EV in Denver. Terrible experience because it was cold and the charge didn't last as long. I had to go back and constantly charge the car. It takes like 30 minutes, 40 minutes to charge the car. I got stuff to do. I'm not trying to sit here and wait for no car to be charged. But I had to do stuff. I had to wait on the car being charged. It was a pain in the ass. But overall, the EV is just not ready. I know it's a nice car, it looks nice, and this, that, and the fifth, but it's not ready. The battery can't go that far. When the EV can go further than the gas car, come get me. Till then, I don't want to hear about it. It's cold. Now your car was at 90, now it's at 85, 80, just because it's cold, not because you're using no electricity. That's some bullshit. I don't appreciate it. All right, there we go. There we got it. Talking AB 1421. Proposed bill in California that will charge drivers per mileage to drive. 2 cents a mile. Hell no. Let's see. 2 cents a mile. Let's do some math here. .02 times 5,000. You can add up. We'll see about that. But boom, there we go. And the reason why this is concerning, ladies and gentlemen, because this can happen in anybody's state. It really can, because they always come up with new ways to charge you and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you pay attention when you go out to dinner. They charge you like a healthcare fee. You know, you're essentially paying for the health insurance of the employees. It's not my damn job. That's the employer's job, and they're using patrons to supplement the payment of these other people. I'm not with it. I'm not doing it, but that's what they're doing to you. That's what they're doing to you. And California's just greedy as hell, man. They don't need that damn money. But they got 6 years, 7 years before anything happens with it. So I hope it doesn't happen. I doubt it, but you never know. Yo, I didn't think Trump would win. He got in office twice. So you never know what can happen and how things are going to happen for you. But yes, that's what it is. If you got any comments, drop a comment, hit me up, let me know what you're thinking. Curious to know, would you be willing to pay a mileage tax? How do y'all feel about that if it happened in your state? Drop a comment, let me know. Curious to see what you got going, what you're thinking. All right, now we're going to move on to the next segment of the show, which is Interesting News. Interesting news. What do we have going on? What's going on in the world today? Pull up my notes. Where my notes at? Super Bowl tickets are at a record high, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl tickets at a record high. Let's take a look at them for shits and giggles. Let's do that. Let's do that for shits and giggles. Super Bowl 2026 tickets. Let's take a look at the ticket. Ticket pickup. Let's see. These tickets are fucking stupid. Excuse my French. Is this me? Yes. Boom. Here we go. Let's look at the tickets. Tickets February from 4,000. Cheapest tickets $4,000. Ooh. Ooh. Let me zoom in so y'all can see this. Yeah. Let me let y'all see this. Okay. Here we go. 11,000. Ooh, wow. $11,000. Sit here. These regular seats. What are the nosebleeds? Nosebleeds. 8,000. Nosebleeds. What the hell is going on? Let's see. Okay, let's take a look at this side. Oh, these are all sold out. 24,000, 7,000, 8,000, 13,000. Well, you're better off sitting down here. $13,000. 8,000. Man, this is how much Super Bowl costs, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl ain't playing. $5,000 there, $6,000 there. I know it's way more seats than this. They're not showing us everything. It's more than this. 10,000. Jesus Christ. You gotta really love football to want to go watch that. You got it. You got to really have it to go watch that. That's a lot of money. They're gonna make probably, I don't know, 50, 60 million off of just ticket sales for the game. Yes. But anyway, how to avoid Super Bowl scams as experts warn fake ticket sales. Don't buy them from nobody that looks suspicious. That's the best I can tell you. We don't need to look at all that. We don't need to look at all that. Costco surprise Nike collaboration. Let's see. Costco surprise Nike collaboration sends sneaker resale market into complete frenzy. Costco quietly dropped a new exclusive Nike collaboration sneaker on Friday in a surprising move that sent both customers and the resale market in a frenzy. The Nike SB Dunk Low times Kirkland signature exclusive. What? They got the these Costco Nikes. Get your ass out of here. You better not show up with no Costco Nikes. The Nike SB Dunk Low times Costco signature exclusive was released in select locations. Nike told Fox Business on Sunday, according to Women's Wear Daily, the item dropped in New York, Oregon, and Washington for $134. Man, $135. You're crazy. $135 for some Costco Nikes? You better get your goofy ass out of my face. Costco Nikes, get out of here. You're stupid. You're stupid. Let's see. Cat Moore's nomination. Now, where's the good stuff at? AIS United, you in jail. You don't want to get triggered to that. JB Morgan. Well, that's what we got. No recalls, no nothing, huh? You used to got recalls? No good news for you today. Kind of slow. We'll get into this one. Why not? This looks like an interesting news. $100,000 in stolen merch, including Lululemon, recovered in massive retail theft operation. A sweeping police investigation led to multiple arrests and recovery of $100,000 in stolen merchandise. Spearheaded by the Santa Monica Police Department, the 3-month investigation also included specialized enforcement teams and regular regional law enforcement partners. All this for some stolen clothes? Looks like some bullshit. Let's see. In all, operation resulted in recovery of thousands of stolen items taken from multiple stores across Southern California, including Lululemon store in the city of Santa Monica. As a result of the operation, multiple search warrants and arrests were issued across Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino. Well, y'all better stop all this stealing. Lock you up every damn time. It ain't worth it. You can't keep it. You can't keep that stuff. Why do it? Why do it? But yeah. Taxes. They're trying to tax us on the road, y'all. Like I said, this whole EV thing in California is a joke. Because people do have EVs, don't get me wrong, but the infrastructure's not there, the charging system's not there, and you can't drive an EV cross country yet. When you can drive an EV cross country, come holler at me. But until then, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Nothing about it. Keep that shit to yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Cheap Not Broke on Monday, Thursday, where we talk how to live life at your price, and how to live your life at your price is not paying mileage tax. But we'd like to keep you informed of all things that are going on in the world so you can make the best decisions financially. I'm your host, Malcolm. We will be back on Wednesday for the Wednesday Night Rant. I thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back on Wednesday. Until then, live life at your price and take care.